This is the time that you're going to have your hands dirty. So basically, this is the first lecture that you're supposed to follow me and do the things that I do just to make sure that your environment is well set up and you have the basic understanding of what we are doing. I want to make sure that right in the beginning, you feel like you're enjoying this course. So let's open the browser and start the work. But before we get there, let's see what we are going to do. We want to create a flow. We want to test it and make sure it works. I want to show you how to debug the flow and how you can go through the history of the flow and the previous runs. It's going to be quite fast, but keep in mind, I do not have a separate chapter for testing and debugging and viewing the history. But we will repeat these steps so many times that by the end of this course, you will do it with closed eyes. So don't worry about it. Just make sure that your basic flow works. Let's open the browser and we go to flow.microsoft.com. So this is the URL that you want to go for. Click on it. And when you open it, you can start by creating a flow. By the way, if you haven't got the flow license yet, it doesn't really matter. Whatever that you do in this example is on free license. So just go to flow.microsoft.com and when it prompts you for the username and password, provide your Microsoft account. It can be outlook.com, hotmail.com, or any account that is related to Microsoft. If you already logged into your corporate account, by all means, go for it. So we want to create a flow, and I click on create because we want to create a flow from scratch. There are multiple templates that they are basically designed for business users. You can start your flow from any one of them. I'm not going through them. In this course, I'm going to teach you how to work with the core elements of the flow. So ready-made templates that help you do the job very quickly is not part of my training. But if you want to go through these templates and work with them and speed up the process of flow development at a later stage, when you're comfortable with every trigger and action, by all means, go for it. In this course, I'm not getting into these templates. We start with the simplest possible flow, that is instant flow. When I say instant flow, these are the flows that you want to run it with a push of a button. So basically, it's not monitoring anything. It's not looking at a mailbox. It's not watching a record change so it starts. It doesn't wait for the request for approval or things like that. There is just simple button. The user pushes the button and the flow starts. So let's start with the instant flow. And I just give it a name. And the name that I want to give it to is going to be first crash flow. These are the triggers that you can select, but at the moment I don't want to go with this one. I go with manually trigger a flow. So basically it's going to give you a button that you can push either on your mobile device or on your browser and the flow starts working. So first crash flow. I click on create and the flow is created with one single button. Typically, the first thing that we want to do is clicking on save button. Let me click on save button and see what happens. So here's the interesting part. You cannot save a flow that does not have at least one action. So if the flow doesn't do anything, Microsoft doesn't want to save it. So flow must do something. And as I told you before, trigger starts the flow, but action should do something. And for this flow, I want this flow to send an email. So I click on new step and I search for send email. Here you have lots of options. You can send email with options, send an email, and basically digging into lots of mail servers. Even if you have Gmail account, you can use that. You can send email using your Gmail account. If you want to send it with something else, let me write it again. Send email. If I want to use Office 365 Outlook, I can use the send email here. So the send email can be supported by multiple email providers, and at the moment we are using the easiest one that I have, which is Send Email v2 that I have here. And when I click on it, it adds the control here, which is very interesting. You can send it to whoever you want. I send it to myself. This email can be anything. So you literally can put any external email and it will send the email from this account that you have here, that you logged into the flow as. Subject, I want to say email from first crash. And here is the body of the email. Body of the email is pure HTML. So basically, sky is the limit. You can put whatever you want in it. Hello, dear sir or madam. This is an important message. I am learning Microsoft Flow / Power Automate. Please disregard. From Ali Reza. And I click on Save now. As I told you, this email body is a complete HTML. So if I want to put a link here, by all means, I can select something and I can insert a link here. Not even that, I can even click on this button and see the HTML view of this email. So basically, whatever the HTML tags that you want to insert into this body, by all means, go for it. At the moment, we want to just make it as simple as possible. So I click on Save, and my workflow is saved. And if I click on My Flows, you will see it on the top of the list. I can click on it again, and you will see all the information about it. You see the details of the flow, the name of the flow, the owner, the status, modified, and all those additional information. It shows me as the owner. I can have more users that own this flow, so basically they can come there and change this flow. And you can have all the other users that they can just run this flow without really any authority to change this. We will get there in the relative chapter. At the moment, I just want to show you how you can run this flow. So you see there is a button here, says Run. If I click on Run, it gives me the UI that I can run this flow. Because I'm already making a connection to the mail server, the first thing that it asks, it says, okay, let me check if the connection is valid. Same thing goes with your Gmail. If you use a Gmail account and it's asking you for the Gmail credential, first thing that it does during the first call of the flow, it checks the connectivity with your Gmail. So let me continue and click on Run Flow. Done. And it is done. Now, if I go to my run history, you see it says still running because I just started it and it doesn't wait for completion. But if I click on refresh button, you will see that the flow completed successfully. Did it send the email? It was supposed to send an email. So let me open the mailbox. And this is my mailbox. If I click on it, you will see that the message is here. So we learned how to create the flow and we learned how to run and test the flow. But now we want to debug the flow. We want to see what has happened and what values have been captured in that flow. Let me get to the flow again. We go back to the run history. If I click on the run history, you will see all the values that have been exchanged during this flow execution. Now, in this page, I can have every history of the execution. So if I click on send an email, which was supposed to send the email for me, if I expand this, It shows me the to, it shows me the subject of the email, body of the email, and also the output, the status code 200, which means that the call was successful. Of course, a lot of more information is there that you can track it, but the bigger the flow gets, the more information you will find in the run history, and basically you can track it down and see if the call was successful. If the call is not successful, if there is a failure in any one of these actions, you will see an error icon here that we will get there. So basically, if you want to backtrack and see what happened during the flow execution, you click on the flow and you scroll down under run history and you click on the instance that you want to examine. When you click on it, you see the execution. You find an error, you want to adjust it, you click on edit right away, and you can make changes. So if I expand this, instead of Ali Raza, I would say Ali, and I just save it, and I can run it again. So I just need to either click on test here, or I can click on run. If I click on test, it gives me the chance to either fire the trigger or I can run with the previous data. So if I have a previous run, I can select this and I can run it with the previous data and I say test. And now again, if I go back to my mailbox, you will see this one here with the new value because I made some updates in the flow. We learned how to create a flow, test the flow, debug the flow, and see the run history of the flow.